Hello and welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we'll just make KeyLogger with the JavaScript. So we have already seen about the KeyLogger, how to make it with the help of Python. It was quite easy and interesting while making the KeyLogger in the JavaScript. But now we have already learned the basics of a JavaScript. Now we can just make our own KeyLogger with the help of a JavaScript. And you'll see how easy it is to make KeyLogger with the help of JavaScript. But you know that JavaScript is not enough to make the keylogger, because we have to make use of a server-side language like a PHP, which will just get the keystroke for us and it will write the keystroke to the file. So JavaScript will be responsible to just call the function, which is onKeyPress function, which will be called when the user will press any key from the keyboard. And basically PHP will be helpful, which is basically server-side language. It will just name, or basically it will search for key name of that field in the website element, and based on that it will just paste the keystroke on the file that will create. So basically we'll just open the file, we'll just write to the file with the help of PHP, and with the help of JavaScript we'll just make a function to be called when the user will press any key from the keyboard. So first of all, we'll see about the keylogger. We have already studied how the keylogger works in the previous couple of examples, but let's give a quick revision. What is the keylogger? So KeyLogger is a type of software that, once active on a system, has the capability to record every keystroke made by the system. That means it will just record every keystroke that is made by the user. All the recorded keystroke is saved in the log file. We'll just create our own log file with the help of PHP. So we'll just open that file in the append mode, and we'll just write to that file with the help of PHP. And the keylogger can record a message, email, and it can also capture any type of information you type at the time using your keyboard. So we'll just set some interval to this keylogger to work, and based on that interval it will just record the keystroke that is made by the user in the system. So we have the lab environment over here. We'll be using operating system that is Windows 10. Testing website is basically the website which will be copy of testphp.vulnweb.com, which is our test environment, and the web server will be XAMPP. We'll make use of text editor, which is our Sublime text editor, to make use of JavaScript code, and we'll also write our own PHP code with this environment, which is text editor, Sublime text editor. So we'll just make one HTML file which will be testing website, and we'll also make our JavaScript code which will record and which will basically have the event which will be called, because we know about the events. We have already learned about the events in the previous examples, in the previous basic section of the JavaScript, and we have learned many events on that. We'll just make use of onKeyPress event, which will just record the keystroke that is made by the user in the keyboard, and it will just track that, and it will just send this to the PHP file, which will just write that keystroke to the file, and it will just print us that file, and we'll just see the file, and we'll see how this keylogger works in the next example. So see you in the next one.